Hey, Sarge. So, yep, welcome to the new FMAK.
Hey, thanks. Oh, FMAC. What does FMAK stand for?
Well, you know,
I'm the freaking voice of
give it a
reason
minute,
around here,
Sarge.
and you
I
got
think
me
it'll come
pissed
to you.
off.
Well, it looks like this isn't going to go very far. Just me and Mitch. I don't know where my partners are. There's one's the one that changed it to afternoon instead of morning. How you doing, Mitch? I am great. Hey, Donna. How you doing today? So, would you all call me here for? It's really not the way I remember it. That can't be me. I'm sharp as a what you call it. Hey, Howard. How you doing? Boy, everybody's Mr. Day. Mr. Howard, Mrs. Donna, Old Fart Mitch, all being so formal. Naps are for the weak. I like naps. I watched FAK's premiere today. It's a pretty good show. Yeah, it's sitting down in the middle of the day. You guys get a chance if you didn't see it yet. Go over to Mr. Carey's channel and check out the FMAK song he did. It's pretty good. Enough for 6 people. Mitch, you're slowing down. What happened to my background? Oh, I know what happened to my background. Never mind. I'll just sit here and talk to myself. Yeah, Pack seemed like a pretty good guy. Now, the thing is, I scheduled a coffee hour for this morning, and last night, some other people who I will not name said about they'd rather do it in the afternoon. So I changed it to the afternoon, and I'm not seeing them. Yeah, I like the way he just sort of calmly lays out his side of things and shows the proof, you know. And of course, that guy he was talking about, just a total nutbag. Yes, he does. He spends most of his time talking about 2 people, I and me. Some of that stuff the other guy was saying reminded me of somebody on the panel where we first met, Mitch, who seemed to think they invented YouTube. And everybody that came along behind him owes him something. There's FAK now. Let's pretend we were saying nice stuff about him. Hmm. I was actually just about to sign off video. I don't know if you're talking or not, but you're muted.
Sorry. What an idiot. I said something bad happened. Almost didn't make it.
So what's going on?
I was just making a coffee and almost didn't make it. I can laugh now. I wasn't laughing a minute ago, though. I think I burned my hand, too. Not sure. And I made a mess. Yeah, a little burn. You get the little cool down your ways, or is it still warm out your ways?
It actually is a lot cooler.
It's like 56 this morning or something. I mean, it feels like winter. I mean, compared to the way it was, but it's actually nice weather.
I was thinking it's funny that August seems like it's nicer than July. August is supposed to be when it gets stinking hot.
Yeah.
Hey Siri, what's the temperature?
Too fast,
To turn
Magnus.
to location services for that. Want to turn it on just this once, or while using Siri. It's currently 66 degrees.
66.
Moving too fast with a hot thing of coffee in my hand was not good at all. That was not pretty. The coffee wasn't even in the cup yet. It was everywhere else, though. Yeah, we don't got no humidity up here right now, Mitch. That's what gets you is that damn humidity. I mean, it's killer in Florida. August, July, and August. Yeah.
I am so sorry. I forgot. I plumb forgot. I got wrapped up in what I was doing. How y'all doing?
All right. It's we got 48% humidity where I'm at. So it doesn't feel that hot.
It is nicely cool.
47, yeah. That cold front come down finally. We may get some thunderstorms though later on. You know how that goes.
Yeah. Oops, there's a bit too large.
I think someone's talking to you, ass bag.
Me?
Hey, hey, Kiwi.
What's going on, Kiwi?
How y'all doing? So what topics have I missed?
None that I know of.
I don't know.
I just got here myself.
Donna was just asking me why people ask to move the coffee hour to the afternoon and then don't show up.
Because I'm a slacker. I'm a horrible person. And I realized some issues with my attempts. I'm going to try to do it live at 4 p.m. on my channel. And,
Right.
Yeah, I am a horrible person.
And,
Oh, we know you're horrible, but we still like you.
FMAK and Mitch were both saying how they hate white people.
Oh, yeah, black supremacist, right? I hope you guys caught Facts
he's
show earlier.
He's right down there. His name is the old guy Mitch. That's your black supremacist right there.
Oh, there's a few of them now, according to.
I know, but he's the leader.
All right. Oh, he's the leader.
Mitch is, yeah. I did watch your live back.
How do you spell sweepstakes? Sweep, and then is it STEA or STAKE?
ST.
Well, they both have ST. It's AK.
Oh,
AK.
AK.
Okay, thank you.
47. Oh yeah, there it is.
All right, I'll make it 4 p.m. Oh, I need a thumbnail. I don't have anything prepared.
Yeah, it's 4:45 right now.
Nah, it's 2:45. Nice try. Nice try there, Skippy.
Made you look.
Yeah.
Stole your father's pocketbook.
See how they get their little group together? See how they're grouping up? Those, what'd you call them?
Supremacists. It's okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's the word. I couldn't think of it.
But I blocked Joe Cool, so we've still got the numbers.
Is our guy frozen? He's frozen, right? You can screenshot that. He done froze up.
Screenshot this, motherfucker.
Hello. Oh, there it is. Yeah, awesome. It's the big one, Elizabeth. All right, there you go.
Oh, I didn't think he was actually frozen. I thought he was just staring.
No, he's frozen. He froze up, man.
You know, Mitch, I was looking at an old video. You know, like you say, I don't like anybody. And I'm not going to say who it is, but it's somebody we all know. We were having a discussion and it touched on racism and stuff. And he actually said, and I think he seemed to think it was an original statement, that it was like his aunt or somebody told me when I was a kid, and I've lived by it all my life. I'm not a racist. I hate everybody. And I thought, yeah, that's pretty much with all what all racists say.
Not what I say, but I do hate everyone. I only like Puerto Ricans myself. That's not racist.
That's just like one of my favorites is when someone says, "Now I'm not a racist, but."
Yeah,
As
well,
soon as they throw that "but" out there, you know it's going to be something about, them there people. They are living off of our tax dollars and collecting welfare. None of them work. To be something really.
he's back.
I don't mind gay people, but yeah, okay.
Right.
What, Aaron, you talk about gay people? What up?
Yeah.
Well, when you came in, it made us think of it.
I see.
You really need a different porn picture than that one, man. That thing is so creepy, man. I don't. It's like you're checking this out or something, man. I don't like it, man. It's weird.
You don't
That
like
grin, man. That grin on your face.
That's my OnlyFans picture.
I like this one better.
Yes.
All right, that hurts. That hurts deeply.
Elizabeth, I'm coming, Elizabeth.
Is it Elizabeth or is it Esther?
No, it's Elizabeth.
That's
Esther was the sister-in-law. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You see, that's how racist he is. He can't tell the black women apart either.
Yeah, and the funny part is they only showed one black lady in the whole damn show because the other one was always dead. They never even showed a picture that I know of.
Yeah, I don't think they did. That's funny. You would think that there'd have been like a picture sitting on a coffee table or something.
Yeah.
So do you know that was actually a like a remake or whatever of a English? Yeah. Something I always got a kick out of is, we have a lot of shows like that we stole from Britain. I mean, they buy the rights to them and that, but we always have to Americanize them. Meanwhile, the British watch a lot of American TV shows, and they just watch them the way we make them.
Right. They don't try to remake them because they know they can't. It's not America. It's different. Their human, our human is completely different.
Oh yeah, I know.
I think they got better humor, but that's just me. Right?
Well, it depends on which humor. I used to watch a lot of, because they also are very fond of what they call panto, which is short for pantomime. Yeah. And basically what it is, it's like our vaudeville, except we grew out of vaudeville 60 years ago or something, and they still have it. It's like real, I don't know what you call it, broad. God. Anyway.
Yeah.
They had the original, it was a big hit in America when they Americanized it. One of Kevin Spacey, political drama.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the name of it. I didn't know they got from there. Or at least I don't remember. Yeah, it ended, and they did the last season with his wife because that's when he got in trouble for touching boys or something.
That's when Epstein Island blew up, and that was one of those things. But yeah,
I forget what the name of that was. Well, also, All in the Family came from there.
Yes. Really, I didn't know that one.
Yeah.
Of
course.
Go ahead.
The Office, of course.
The guy who created these shows, like he would take ideas from other people all the time. I'm trying to think of his name.
See, now, Howard, you're just naming British shows. We're naming American shows that were taken from Britain.
Yeah.
Whose line is it?
Anyway.
Yeah. Is it mine or is it yours?
Yeah.
I think it's Finkel's. It's the type line.
Never watched Ghost. People keep telling me you should watch Ghost.
What's Ghost?
No, what's on second?
Is that a
I
is that
don't
a
know. I don't know. Who's on
movie
third?
or is that a show?
It's a TV series.
Oh,
It's a
there's a movie.
What I gather from the commercials is it's a bunch of ghosts, I think, in like a hotel or something.
Oh, yeah. They're like from different eras or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I
Like a
think,
comedy.
God damn it, fact, who's on first? Um, but yeah, it kind of looks like maybe the lady who runs the hotel or something can see them. I'm not sure.
Yeah. We should change Finkel's name to
Yes.
Red Fox.
Rage Fingers or something like that.
Rage fingers. Whoa. Wow, that's malicious.
Finger Rage. I don't know. No, you were doing it soft. It wasn't bad, man.
If you ain't raging, you ain't trying.
Back, I don't know if you were listening before you came in, by the way, but we were complimenting your show this morning.
Yeah. I remembered facts. Well, actually, I was late for facts too, but I did go back and watch the whole thing. Yeah, I totally forgot you guys. I'm sorry.
How did a black man make it on that guy's show? I never watched that guy's show, but I'm just saying.
You know what? I thought the same thing. I was like, wait a minute. Pac was actually in with him. It's like
I think he did a Dave Chappelle. He came in with the hood on his head, and then when he took it off,
yeah.
his head exploded real quick.
It's like, wait a minute,
bitch.
You're what? I know. I did. I thought the same thing. I thought, wait a minute. He actually.
Oh shoot! Today's Tuesday.
Yeah,
I can't do it.
very good.
I have to do 4:30. Team meetings and shit.
I was saying to Mitch before. Did you watch Facts show?
Yes.
Today? Not you, Ariel. Nobody cares about you.
Yeah, I watched it. Well, I didn't. I listened to it. I didn't really watch it. I was doing something.
The way GS was talking about, I got him all set up and I gave him intellectual property. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? But anyway, I was saying to Mitch when first came in that it kind of reminds me of somebody from a panel we all used to go to who thinks that everybody who ever went through his panel
can I get a point of
now
clarification?
owes him. Huh?
Can I interrupt and get a point of clarification?
No.
Are we discussing facts or are we trashing other channels?
No, we're discussing Facts show and trashing an individual.
Oh, an individual. Okay. Team consensus, Ariel.
Boy, we're just talking about. We're not trashing nobody. I didn't say no.
Yeah.
I didn't call him a racist bastard, and I'm just saying I don't know how Max showed up and he was able to
Okay, all right, cool.
Get on that show. I don't watch that show, but it just amazes me that he didn't know he was a black man.
It's okay. All right, state your facts. Don't trash.
I don't think we've quite crossed over that other line.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I'll step back. I mean, I personally am all about trashing other channels. I just
see, now you've done it. Now you did it.
Yeah, now you're out of here. Somebody drop him.
Shit.
But
if you say his show sucks and they can't produce, then we're trashing the show. But all I said was, how did the black man get on the show? Because just the things that it says over there.
I don't know. I'm not trashing. I'm just theorizing. What do they call it? A credibility beard?
I don't know. Well, I wouldn't want to go down that road without hearing Facts' opinion on that.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Sort of a first-hand opinion.
Yeah.
If he thought the guy was trying to use him that way, or if he thinks he actually started off with good intentions, I don't know.
That could be. I really don't know. I remember, at least the way I remember it, and I get it. Memories can be wrong. That a channel through daisy chains, did not like us on my old channel, and he warned FAK that if we see FAK on that channel, that we would, in GS's words, quote, disown him. I may have a bad memory, but that's the way I remember it. And then a few days later, FAK came over here and offered to be a moderator if we and the other channel were having issues, or me or Mux. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I remember that when
he offered to be a neutral moderator.
Yep.
And it was the next day or two that it was ironically the guy who warned FAK about us. He decided FAK betrayed him.
See, now what I remember, that was FAK coming in that day,
Mhm.
and I thought, who the hell let this Negro in here? But that was just me.
I don't remember you articulating that out loud.
It was like, wait a minute. Wasn't the janitor already here? What is going on?
Oh my God. No, you didn't.
I don't know what happened.
Okay, but as recent experience shows us, the way we think we heard something in the past, sometimes we go dig it up looking for it. We're like, oh, it wasn't quite that way.
Well, that's what FAK said most of that on his show today.
Yeah.
That GS said, oh, if you go over there, they won't like you because they've seen you here. And
yeah, something to that extent.
He came in and we were like, hey, FAK, how you doing? You know?
Yeah, if I remember correctly, that night at the same time, unknown to me, the other show was waiting for me to join while calling me, call me a zebra. He had this strange articulation of zebra NCOs. He did this whole zebra show. I saw it after our show. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I don't know if that was FAK was offering a moderation.
Can I ask what zebra is supposed to refer to?
Well, I did 2.5 years National Guard, 4 years Navy, and 10 years Army. And all my life, I've been around military folks. I had never heard it before. But allegedly in Minecraft, a zebra is the type of NCO common in his circle to be the guy who just kind of wants to blend in and not stand out and not actually lead.
Wouldn't that make more sense to call you a chameleon then?
It would, but neither chameleon nor zebra have I ever heard in the tenure of service and being around service members. I've never heard that. I've heard of that kind of NCO, but I've never heard it referred to as a zebra. So that was news to me.
I only had ever heard somebody called a zebra in like a racist term, kind of like calling somebody an Oreo. That's the only thing I've ever heard.
Oh, right. Where'd I hear that one from? And I'm just quoting them. I can't remember. But basically, an Oreo was black on the outside and white on the inside.
Yeah.
I can't remember
what are we talking about? Uncle Tom, or what are we saying?
See, now that's an interesting thing there, because like I was saying the other day, Uncle Tom was actually a good guy, and somehow that got turned into a bad thing. But also, I wanted to mention, Mitch laid some knowledge on me that I have since been able to use, and when he explained the derivation of cracker, which I had not known of.
Yeah, I'd never heard that before either. I did know that it was slang for a white person, but Mitch, was it Mitch that explained it to us? That
yeah.
It was originally a black person on a plantation who actually performed the corporal punishment on behalf of the master. I don't know, but I've never known Mitch to put something out like that and be wrong. Cracking the whip. Oh, it looks like FAK is aware of that too. Yeah, whether it's a white person or the way Mitch described it, it makes sense. It comes from cracking the whip. So when that young man who took my iPhone called me a cracker, I'm not familiar with any historical events where a white guy like me would crack the whip on Latino. I don't get. Of course, people use words without really knowing the full context of where it came from.
I got into the conversation with somebody the other day in real life
Mm-hmm.
because the idea of the N word came up. And this person said, which of course you hear this kind of crap all the time of,
Mm-hmm.
well, yeah, but somehow it's okay for them to call each other that. And then they went into, but it's okay for them to like call us a cracker. And I forget what I said, but do you really get offended? Do you really know any white people who get offended by being called a cracker or a honky or anything in the same way as a black person does if you throw the N word at them?
Hmm.
It's the same thing, bro. I get what you're saying, but
Yeah.
Well, we don't.
If you're throwing it as an insult, then it's an insult. But
Well, I know it's an insult, but I mean, it doesn't have that same deep feeling. You know what I mean?
Uh,
Or at least to me, I don't see.
yeah, I mean, whatever. I don't care, man.
we all know that
I've been
Muxer's
told
lying.
every name there is, man.
He had a real life. Hey, Killing Time's here. Killing Time remembered, and I forgot. Thanks for making me look bad, Killing Time. I got mixed emotions about the N word. I don't like to use it. I don't like to hear white people use it. I fully understand.
Well, saying N word and saying it's the same damn thing. Everyone knows what you're saying. You're saying N word. It's the same thing, bro.
Let's take the word Yankee.
No.
Let's take the word Yankee. Let's replace the N word of Yankee.
Yeah.
The colonists in British imperial times were Yanks or Yankees.
Right.
It's meant as derogatory. They even wrote a song, Yankee Doodle, wear a hat, blah, 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 blah. Well, we embraced it and turned it around on them. Yeah, we're Yanks, we're Yankees. And it kind of diffused the derogatory. And I kind of wonder if that's when you hear black people calling each other the N-word, maybe slightly pronounced differently instead of a hard R, the AH. They're just embracing it so it doesn't hurt as much. And it's becoming common. I could be wrong in that, but
it's just the thing, bro. It's just the thing. It's you grow up with it, you do it, you say it, and it is what it is. Now, talking about something like that, what about the Japanese? Well, in World War II, what did they do to them? Right? They threw them in concentration camps. They called them Japs. Japs is the whatever the word is, and that's what it is. It means, they would make cartoons of them with the buck teeth and the glasses and silly,
It was very
yeah. It happens.
It's all part of dehumanizing people.
It is.
Yeah. Just like the whole idea that Jews killed Christ. That was a Crusades era thing, and it was a Nazi era thing, and well, we now hear it today. It's a way of dehumanizing a group of people. There were many loyal Japanese Americans.
Of course, yeah.
But they weren't treated as such just because people who looked like them and had similar ancestry did a very mean thing to Pearl Harbor.
When they got scared and
fear.
They rounded them up like animals.
Fear and ignorance made us similar to Nazi behavior towards Jews and communists and socialists and who else? Intellectuals.
And most of us, we didn't see that. We weren't born when that happened, but that shit happened.
Oh, Muxer was around back in those days.
Oh yeah, well, Muxer's been around since
not just the Japanese internment, but during the Nazi regime and the Crusades. He was. I don't know if he was involved in all that dehumanization, but he was around in those days.
Yeah.
I avoided the Crusades because if they'd have known I was the one that actually hammered that spike into that guy's hands, they might have got mad at me.
It was you. It wasn't the Jews. It wasn't the Romans. It was Muxter. What's your ancestry?
I'm a Italian Viking.
Italian Vikings nailed Jesus. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that. I'd been wondering about that. And I have no reason to doubt you. And now we are dehumanizing teachers. Well,
they deserve it. You see the way they dress. They got what they had coming.
We had a
Are we actually going against teachers? Is there a thing going on with that?
Now, we, as in all of us, there's a mouse in someone's pocket. There are right-wing groups who are going after teachers generally. In fact, at the Fairfax County Democratic meeting I went to the other night, as they went around the room introducing everyone, one lady was brand new from Florida, and her profession is teaching. And she said, I had to escape the anti-teacher atmosphere. Oh, well, the teachers are very welcome in Fairfax County.
You said she was from Florida?
Originally from Florida, yeah. Or at least originally her teaching career was originally in Florida, but with Mr. DeSantis, she just had to get the hell out of there. I agree with killing time. In fact, keep pushing out that good content. You will go places.
Killing needs to stop sucking up to people. That's what he needs to stop doing.
Yeah.
Oh, is he sucking up to another channel? Is there more fun on the other side of the street?
I don't know.
You know what it is? He said he wasn't listening, but I think he was listening in when FMAK was here last night, and FMAK was talking about, needing like a co-host. He's looking to jump ship. The bastard's going to jump ship. After everything, we taught him everything he knows. We set him up with intellectual, what was that thing, property or whatever. And now he's just going to take that all down the street and join the supremacists.
We gave him Zoom, and now he wants to run with it.
That's right.
And am I crossing the line if I say whatever girl we got, he's going to take with him? I haven't figured out what girl we got, but wait a minute, Ariel, you a girl?
Sometimes they think I am.
Oh, you're okay. I was wondering what girl did
they think I'm a mermaid, is what they think I am, but yeah.
Okay.
Well,
I should probably stop there. I'm getting very close to crossing that line.
I was gonna say, without mentioning any, but I did there was two things I think right around the same time. One was I was trying to negotiate a deal with a certain retired three-striper with a couple of rockers. And the other is we got a girl, and I was thinking, this is a really strange thing to accuse a non-monetized channel of. That we are out there, trying to grab talent to do what? Make more money?
Yeah. One of my recent comments claimed, and then retracted and then reclaimed that I was a, quote, frauditor. Which is a cross between fraud, a person who lies or deceives for profit.
Yeah, I think we know.
Yeah. That's interesting.
But there's more important things to talk about because Cart just came in. Good to see you, Cart. I didn't think any of the Down Under people would be able to come in this time of day.
That is what they meant by we got the girl, Cart.
Cart can't get him because we're already here.
Oh.
Cart's not a girl. She is woman, hear her roar.
Okay.
With numbers too large to ignore.
Well, I have to ask, of course, I realize now I'm minutes away from my team meeting, my other team, my professional team, my money-making team, team meeting. Is this an open panel or is this just the three of us yelling at the clouds?
Yeah, no, he's put the link out already.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I put it out at the half-hour mark.
Oh, look at you.
Our coffee times are half hour for us, and then we open it up to people.
Being all consistent, doing what you said you'd do. I got to learn that. All right. So, there's 11 in the audience. Why are we up here by ourselves? Heck, even Killing Time's in the audience. Why is he not up here?
Oh, don't bring him up.
Don't bring the voice of reason.
Well, I don't bring channel owners up. They bring themselves up.
He's on a phone call. He's doing his thing.
I don't want him coming up here talking about how much nicer it's going to be when he moves over to FAC's channel.
Oh, right. He's going to take his R. He's going to take R.
Hold on. That's all you're going to hear. Mm-hmm. Hold on.
So I'm thinking, what do you guys think? It would still be called FMAK if we went Finkel, Muxter, Ariel, and Cart.
Oh, right. But it would be a C instead of a K, right?
Yeah.
Cart, you want a seat on the on the StreamYard and access to this channel.
And this would still fulfill our quota of having one person with a funny accent.
Right, but that would be the Argentinian, right?
No, we'd be trading, you know, a
from your
redneck for a Aussie.
No. Could you imagine? Look, we're gonna have to get Kellen up here and have him say "good day" or something like that. See how it sounds.
Good day, mate.
That would be funny.
Hello, Governor.
Cheerio. Yeah.
And right now, Cart's sitting there going, "You're doing Cockney. That's nothing like we sound."
Right. We have no idea.
I have a friend that asked, and so I played right along with it. She said, "Do Americans really think we all talk like Dick Van Dyke did in that movie?" I'm like, "Yeah, don't you?" I guess that drives them nuts. Yeah.
You know, that is funny because we hear Cart's accent. Well, we don't hear, but
who's
in her head when she talks, it's just normal talk. She doesn't hear an accent. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who's the best English accent that didn't really grow up in England on TV? Would it be Roger Moore or Dick Van Dyke?
Wait a minute. Roger Moore wasn't English?
No, he was Americanish.
Roger Moore is
Puerto Rican. We get it. We get it. Everybody's
one quarter Puerto Rican and one quarter.
I was surprised to learn he's not English or Scottish or whatever James Bond's supposed to be.
Where is he from again?
You're gonna make me Google it. All right.
Oh, no, that's okay. You don't have to.
All right. Roger, not Rolfer. Roger. I can't type with my thumbs. Roger Moore. There we go.
Well, just offhand, I'd have to say he's leading the list. But you know, they're much better at sounding American than we are at sounding like any of them.
All right, I was wrong. He was born in London, England.
He has to be. He has to be from over there to be a James Bond.
I really okay. Where did I hear he had a fake accent? Okay, yeah, he was born in London, England. Okay.
Well, they have different accents from different areas of the UK. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Maybe you're thinking of Richard Dawson.
I don't know, but I was wrong. Flip it. It goes wrong. Madonna was not from England.
No.
Oh wait, Lady Madonna was. Children at your feet. Wonder how you managed to make ends meet. Here's something I don't get. I was recently accused accurately. I don't know how YouTube works, and it's true. 6 days ago, I reposted the old video of that kid stealing my iPhone. 139 views. And then the other night, I reposted another angle of a few days later, 225 views. And then last night, I time released that same period, the 3 weeks later, but from a different camera angle, 626 views. Now, I get that's not a huge difference. That's not the 180,000 views, but I don't understand why there's a different view count on these very similar topic things. So it is true. I don't know how YouTube works. Why do I have 626 views on something released 2 days after the same content, just different camera angle? Is it all about the camera angle?
I think because I didn't watch the other one.
Oh, it's all about what Muxer watches. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Okay. Can you watch more of my videos?
I watch as few as possible.
If you watch more, I can monetize and, make more money and retire from my professional job. Speaking of which, I got about 10 minutes. I'll probably leave in about 5 minutes. Oh, getting lots of comments too. So did everybody enjoy the convention last night?
I didn't see any of it.
I didn't get to hear it. I saw some of it, but I didn't get to hear it.
Was it on?
Is it on now? I don't know.
Was it in Mitch's town or?
Oh shoot! I just looked at my TV. I think that's a Fact the Madness video.
You think the Democratic Convention is a Fact the Madness video?
No, I left the TV on when I ran some errands. When I came back, I just noticed the TV still on silent. And is it Fact the Madness pushing a bike maybe through a wooded trail?
That's got to be a stolen bicycle.
No, that was Joe Cool.
It's got to be a stolen bicycle. Oh, you guys are ruthless.
Why would he be in the woods through a trail? It's stolen, man. I'm just saying. He's hiding.
Hold on a second. Oh, I just lost it. I just backspaced and now I'm out of the video. Oh, I can go to watch history. Library history. That was oh, it wasn't a bike, it was a golf cart. FMAK Country Club front 9, improving my golf game 1. Okay, I didn't actually watch it. I just left my TV running in it. I guess it kind of skipped there.
Yeah, golf carts look just like bicycles.
Good luck with that, Mitch. You take that heartache away from me. I've had it for 35 years. You have no idea.
It's a heartache. Nothing but a fool's game. I can't remember the song. Anyway, got a few minutes. I'm going to drop you guys, reboot my personal computer, boot up my work machine, and I'm going to pretend like I care about the other team I'm on.
You could have just said goodbye.
Yeah.
So long, farewell. Macropine Country Club. That's where I am a member. I have oh, come on, stop it. I have a hand cart I walk course with. Laugh out, not a bike. The angle was weird. I couldn't really see. You were walking something, but yeah, there were trees and a gravel trail. By the way, did you ever figure out if you've upset Kerry, Mr. Kerry, or
how would we know?
As he hasn't been in here?
No.
I saw the graphic thinking of this here.
But by all means, let's talk about it publicly.
Oh, sorry.
But anyway, I'm thinking, what was that? The name of that?
Macropine County Club.
Macropine County, yeah.
Yeah, I hear you, Mitch.
How many people do you think are down there are saying Tiger Woods joined?
God, here we go again. We don't keep them, we just steal them. Missed, I went to sleep. Okay.
You didn't miss nothing.
Okay. All right. 3:24. All right. YouTube is an addiction.
All I got to say about Biden was exit stage right, and he went to the left, and the missus came out and grabbed him.
Oh. Okay.
And a half hour later, they finally convinced him, no, that's not your granddaughter.
Yeah, it's your grandson. Listen, you got to rewind and watch when he sniffs on Kamala's hair, too. He sniffs his daughter's hair and Kamala's, both.
Maybe they have very good smelling hair. Gee, your hair smells terrific. Wasn't there a commercial?
Yeah.
Gee, your hair smells terrific.
Now, fact, you know, they welcome you when they start putting watermelon and fried chicken on the buffet.
Oh, man. You just got to stop.
Hey, he's the one, he started it. He said they hide the hot dogs at the clubhouse so they'll go home faster.
Yeah.
In fact, you should come up here and verbally kick this guy's ass.
It's the American way. We'll take their money, but we don't want to associate with them.
Oh, right. They have to go to the backside of the golf course and use the back nine. But,
I was just thinking about, like, watching some of those old shows and stuff, it still amazes me how these people would hire a black woman to clean their house and scrub their toilets and cook their food. But oh my God, do not actually use our bathroom. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
to think of how how can your mind work that way?
People have very small minds. Grape Fanta.
Yeah.
Isn't that what a Corporal Captain O'Reilly drank at the
No,
office club?
no, he drank grape Nehi, I think.
Oh, knee high. Thank you. All right. That was
Right?
wrong again.
That's what Keenan and Cal, Cal would drink the grape. I love that grape soda.
Grape Fanta. Is there a grape Shasta? I want to pop. I want to taste pizzazz. I want to Shasta.
Is Shasta a diet soda?
I don't know. I just remember the jingle. Any grape drink. Yeah, all grape drinks are like.
You know, you got about 3 minutes to reload and
go
catch your afternoon nap.
And then I got a 4:30 live stream I'm planning. All right, ladies, gentlemen, and Muckster. See you all later. I'm going to click on the Leave Studio and shut down and boot up the other one.
All right.
Is he gone yet? Did he leave?
No. He'll figure it out.
Is he still here?
Do we have to boot him?
Okay. Can't find the button?
Right. It's right there. Leave studio. Why is he staring at me that way? Creepo. Okay, old man. Get out of here.
This, you know, when he's quiet like that, the
Yeah.
picture is kind of creepy.
It is creepy, man. There, he's gone. Finally. We got to give him a couple new pictures. He don't need to be using that crap. I'm going to take that picture and do something real bad with it. He's not going to use it anymore.
Well, can always replace it with this.
Oh, that one's better. It fits right in between. It doesn't block anything.
Yeah, it was really good when there was three of us because it blocked him.
It blocked his real face, yeah. Yeah. The horns on it. And a forked tongue.
Well, if anybody wants to come up, we can go a little longer. I was actually curious to see how many people would find us in the afternoon between, like I said, I didn't think any of the down under people would come this time of day. And
yeah,
some people actually have jobs.
That would be not me.
Well, and obviously not the 12 people in chat right now.
It's almost that time to me to cook something. I don't know what I want to eat.
Oh, you mean you've finally gone through the leftovers?
No, it's still there. I didn't eat it yesterday.
Mm.
You know what I do? I bag it up.
I like Mitch's idea. Oh, for a second I thought Sarge was coming back. Mitch said to take that picture of Sarge and make him black.
What's going on, man?
What's up? Can you guys hear me?
All right.
I just ran upstairs to get my hat. Oh, I think my uncle might be calling. Hold on. Nope, it's not. I have to be careful on during the daytime because my wife walks around.
Oh, okay.
She works from the house, and
Yeah.
when I get online and do shows and stuff like that, she's like tiptoeing around. So I was like, I think I'll step in for a few minutes. So, but yeah, appreciate you guys' support earlier today. That was awesome. Thank you.
It was very well presented, I thought.
Yeah, you did a good job. Yeah.
Thank you. Still working on it. Still working on it. Let's see, specs. And I sent you an email, Adiel.
Okay.
Just reaching out, I've just introductory reach out kind of thing. So
Yeah, Specs is great, isn't she?
Okay, I see.
she is. She really is cool. And she's so bubbly, so genuine. Like,
Yep.
You just like you can't help but recognize that every word she says she means. That's the way
I love how if this was her right now here, she'd be going, oh, GMK's here. Hey, GMK, we're really good. Old guy Mitch, I love old guy Mitch. Oh, look, Cart's here. That's my everybody. Did you subscribe to Cart? She has a great show. There's Howard. Oh, I love Howard. Howard's always so great. FAK is here. Well, never mind. FAK's black. And but I mean, she has everybody. He greets everybody. Everybody. When Ariel went over there, like either the first time and the first time she noticed, she's like, "Oh, Ariel, I think you're new." And he says, "I'm Muck's friend." Oh, well, then I'm going to turn you blue. If you're a friend of Muck's, you're okay.
Yeah. But she's got a good attitude. Good attitude. I get it. She's a little corny. I love her voice, just the way she talks, and she's so excited. It's like a fun place to be at. You know what I mean?
Well, she is obviously like just so open and real. I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
And I love the way she talks to her dogs when she'll say things like, "Now, Lola, that's inappropriate." Like dogs can understand.
Her dog is sitting there licking himself, and she's like, "Wait a minute, have a little modesty, girl." Yeah. Well, so I don't know if my execution. I still got to work on my execution, but I try to do the premiere through the live, and I think right after I finished one of them, Cliff called, and I was like, "Dude, I'm still online, I'm still live." He goes, "Oh, do you know you have two things up?" And I was like, "Maybe I didn't. I don't know if I should have shut one down or something. I don't know what I did wrong." But
can anyway. I say that it confused a lot of people? So maybe you want to fix that, because Killen went to the premiere and he didn't know you was live, and then I told him that he was like, he was live. I thought it was the premiere. And he got all confused and he missed the live because he went to the premiere or something. So
well, that's like I was watching the premiere and I hear you saying things like, "Oh, hello, Cart. Thanks for coming in." I'm thinking, wait a minute. How could this be a recorded show if he's interacting with?
Right.
Because I was confused too. Yeah.
So just to clarify what it is that you guys are saying. So the way I did it, right? So I was live first, and then the premiere started. I scheduled the premiere, and then I let the premiere be on my screen. So you're saying instead of doing that, have it pre-recorded?
Yeah, premieres are usually you pre-record it, and then you just say, "Okay, it premieres at whatever time on this day."
Oh, and then you're watching it with your
they watch it. But if you're live and the premiere is on, they don't know that you're live. They think it's just a premiere.
Oh, okay. See, I was thinking that I wanted to, because I know that you can react to the premiere like in the chats, but you can't speak with anybody if you wanted to. So I actually wanted to try to speak with people, but like to your point, it was confusing. People were telling me it was confusing, so I don't want to do that anymore.
I'll tell you what can work. Do the premiere, be in chat, and then be saying people after the premiere, I'll be doing a live after show if anybody wants to talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. I like that. Well, it was the first time I did it that way, and I think going forward, I probably will do something closer to what you just said. And by the way, like whatever I talked about in the beginning, I haven't gone back and checked out the very first beginning of it, but I was just really kind of biding time to get to the 45 after point. I mean, I could have started at the premiere anytime. It turns out it probably would have been best if I didn't start it at all. But I think all of you guys' feedback is quite sound, so I'll use it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Enough about me. How was your day today?
It is a constant learning experience.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
you're starting new, so you'll figure it out. Those are the things that happen.
I just recently, Kellen taught me something about YouTube chat that I hadn't realized before.
What's that?
Well, I guess actually be the StreamYard side about being able to star comments so you can go back to them later.
Oh yeah. So you don't like get confused on whether or not you showed it or not?
Yeah, well, and what it's good for is like, say you have a program going and somebody makes a comment and it's a good comment, but it doesn't actually fit what you're talking about at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Click star, and then you can go back and then highlight it and, get to it. Or like the other day when Finkel was doing his Q&A thing, I was sitting there and I was starring a bunch of them because there was just too many to keep up with. And then that makes it easy to come back to them later and go, okay, I'll answer some of your questions now. Or like the thing we're doing that we call the podcast. It's not really a podcast, but anyway, when people are telling their story, we don't want to interrupt them. So you do that, if someone makes a comment or a question along the way, make a star, and then at the end they can answer questions. So yeah, it's a real handy. And you can make it, you can hit your chat so all you're looking at then is the starred comments afterwards. But yeah, it only took me however many months, 7 months or something to learn about that, and someone else had to tell me.
To figure that out. Ariel, do you live in New York, or you just like New York?
Oh no, I was born in New York. I grew up in Connecticut, but I live in Virginia.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Yeah.
There's a big Puerto Rican representation in New York, right?
Oh yeah. They do the parade every year. Since I forget what year it was. Probably goes back 60s, I think.
Oh wow.
Yeah. They do that parade every I think it's every July, like that first week of July or something. Going into that. June or July. June maybe. But anyways. Yeah. It's more I think there's more Puerto Ricans in New York than in Puerto Rico. I know there's more in the United States than in Puerto Rico. It's like 3 million people there, but a lot of people have left since since Maria, and since it's a shit. Yeah.
I was part of a group, and for eBay sellers, and there was this guy. He had a pretty successful eBay business selling toys in Puerto Rico. And he was always talking about how he wished he could have the shipping rates that we do in America, but he's still making good money, but
Yeah.
I heard you mention. Heard you mention on your thing you have a eBay business with your wife. Do you specialize in anything in particular?
No, not really. So we started with books. So we still have a lot of books. We're kind of trying to weed that out, but I mean, we sell men's clothing, women's clothing, some shoes, not a whole lot of shoes, but stuff. And then she likes to grab and get little trinket type things, from mom and pop stores or yard sales, those kind of things, but not really specifically anything in anything specialized in anything. It's been, I think it's so we're going on the 24th will be our 3rd year.
Oh, cool.
No, there ain't that many Puerto Ricans in New York.
Yeah. I've only been to New York I think I went one time when I was going so my best friend in Japan, he went to Hofstra University, and
Okay.
I think that's on Long Island. When I was going from my training at Shepherd Air Force Base, I was there for 6 months. I was going to be stationed for my second phase of training at Andrews Air Force Base. I stopped in New York to visit him, and man, that was a shock. I mean, when I say a shock, it was just like the kind of mentality that a LA person would have, but with a really aggressive type feel to it, is like what New York was for me. Because I've seen crazy type on the edge people in LA, but they're always like cool and laid back. You see the same
Right.
type of mentality in New York, but it's just like, you know, in your face kind of thing. It was kind of shocking.
What year was that? Because New York has changed so much.
So I think if I remember correctly, it was either 91 or 92. I have to do the math, but what I did go to was Earth Day in Central Park.
Oh, okay.
And it was, I mean, we were in Central Park, which is a really gigantic place, and we were packed. So there was like maybe 1 million people, if not more, a million plus in that one space. We were literally walking with our hands like sardines in this big space listening to a concert. But it was Earth Day. I think it was 91. I got in 89. Maybe it was 90. 89. I was in Separate Air Force Base for 6 months, which brought me into 90. So yeah, it would have been like 91.
Right.
Earth Day 91.
Cool.
Yeah. Long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, I tell people to look in New York, but just like,
what'd you say?
I wouldn't live there, but too many people, man. I like it where I'm at. This is a lot of cows out here. It's wide open.
See, I always found New Yorkers to be very polite. Like if you're walking down the street kind of slow, they'll say things like, "That's okay. Take your time. Take your time." I just think that's nice of them.
Yeah, it's different, man.
Well, they say that an armed society is a polite society. So if people are that abrasive by nature, you can't just be so equally abrasive to people. You're probably more likely to be a little bit on the nicer side, so you don't always get into these beefs all day long. So at any moment, somebody will snap your neck off.
Yeah.
But I like New York. New York was cool, though.
Yeah, it's got everything, man.
It's the jumbo.
It's got a little bit of everything. You can find it.
So if you had to pick one thing about New York that you absolutely hate, what would it be?
Oh, it's got to be getting stuck in traffic, man.
Oh yeah.
But you can find other ways to, subway or something.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like the traffic. Well, really, the worst thing is the cops, but that's just me. No, but I'm saying New York City police. Oh Lord, yeah, they got a problem. They got a big problem.
Is it much different? Like, so do you know who auditing Erie County is?
Yeah.
So
Dan.
He lives. So my wife and I and my daughter, we went to Niagara Falls 2 summers ago, and we passed through his area. I don't know exactly where it was, but I hit him up, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you're near me," but we didn't hook up or anything. But it seems like that place was like, way out in the wide open kind of, versus like, New York City being, in the city, obviously.
Oh yeah, up the city and upstate are two different worlds.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't walk in a police station over there with a camera. Are you crazy? You're getting arrested, man.
Yeah.
That ain't no joke. Then they have cameras in there recording, but you can't go in there and record.
Yeah, seems crazy.
But
even though the courts keep telling them that they're supposed to.
Well, yeah,
they just ignore it.
They're still fighting that much. So that hasn't been 100%. That was lifted for a certain amount of time, and then it's back into effect. And I guess they're still fighting it to get that removed. But yeah. I do like going to New York. I try to go to a game every year. I try to go. I didn't get to go this year to the Yankee game, but every time I go up north, I usually get tickets and go watch a game. That's one of the things I like to do.
Baseball and football, or just baseball?
Baseball, yeah. I'm not going up there in the wintertime. I ain't driving in that shit, bro. Pennsylvania always gets me with the damn snowstorms or an ice storm. Yeah. Not in my little car. Maybe in my truck I would have did it, but I got rid of my truck. But yeah. And the Giants, I've never been able to get tickets for the Giants.
Oh yeah. So how does that break down? Let's see. Are there two? Oh yeah, like is it Jets and the Giants?
Yeah,
right?
they share the stadium, but it's Giant Stadium, but they share the stadium. So
how does that break down as far as the fans? Whose fans are who?
It's probably more Giants than Jets. You know, it's like Yankees and Mets. They both have a lot of like. I'm going to say there's more Yankee fans than Mets fans because it's just the Yankees. They got 20 World Series, but yeah, the Jets is like the laughing, you know, and then the Giants supposed to be the shit, but the Giants are right there with the Jets. They suck just as much as they do.
Yeah. Well, I remember. See, it's been a long time. I mean, I watched football. I consider myself a Raiders fan, but I grew up in San Diego, and I can't remember exactly what year it was, but the Chargers were doing well, and they were supposed to like go to the Super Bowl or at least the playoffs, and they lost, and I was like pissed off, and I'm like, I'm gonna pick another team, so I started going with the Raiders, but I didn't realize that the I mean, I knew that they had moved, but for some reason I didn't realize that the San Diego Chargers were no more. It's like, you know, what is it, St. Louis now or something like that? Anyway, I don't know why I didn't pay attention to it.
A lot of those teams moved. Yeah.
They don't like
being isn't it the Raiders that are in Vegas now?
Yeah, the Raiders are in Vegas. The Rams are where the Rams are
LA
Rams now. Okay. Yeah, all these teams have moved around.
I remember the Raiders used to, their big thing was they would take the guys that were kicked out of every other team. You know, whenever somebody was too much of a drunk or they were too violent or whatever, the Raiders would go, come on up here. We like you. We like that up here in Oakland. And they did pretty well with it.
It says that the Chargers are now in Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. There's two teams then. Okay. That's where they moved to.
Yeah. I have no need to go to San Diego anymore other than maybe visiting. My mom moved to Atlanta and now she's in Indiana. But it's been many, many years. I mean, I graduated in '89, which then I went into the Air Force. So I went back to San Diego maybe like 3 years into my tour. And then I haven't been back to San Diego since. So it's been a long time.
Is it like perfect weather over there all year round, or how is it over there?
The way I remember it, yeah, like, I mean, you know, like back in the day, so we would do like the biker shorts, the spandex biker shorts, and like a sweater at most. Yeah. And then maybe we might have a windbreaker, but yeah, it never really got too cold there all year round. It was really nice.
It's like perfect weather there.
Yeah.
When I was out in,
but I mean, not perfect, but it's nice weather, you know.
When I was out in San Diego, it was the winter time, and it was great. I would walk down to the beach every day, and there was like me and 6 other people who were probably other Easterners, and just had the place to ourselves because all the natives were all bundled up in that and thinking it was cold. But you know what I liked about San Diego? I have a lousy sense of direction. I get lost everywhere except for Pittsburgh, and that's the whole different story because Pittsburgh's really set up funny, and it works for my strange mind. But anyway, San Diego is the one place I could not possibly get lost, that city, because all the streets in one direction were like Apple, Beach, Cedar, Dogwood, whatever. And all the streets in the other direction were like 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. So, you'd have to be a real moron if somebody said we're on the corner of Evergreen and 12th.
Mhm.
That's, I just
Have you
like
ever been?
whoever.
Have you ever been to Utah?
I traveled through it on a bus one time. That was pretty much as much Utah as I could stand.
Well, the reason why I asked that question is because the streets are in a grid system, like almost a strict grid system, and it's based
Yeah.
around the temple downtown. So
Yeah.
100 south, 200, 300, 400, all out, and east, west, etc.
Everything
Yeah.
leads to the temple, right?
Yeah, and then each town away from Salt Lake City, going north and south. So first of all, it's in a valley. So the mountains are to one side, to the east and to the west. So you it's basically easy to tell north and south. But the towns were designed to be one ride by wagon or horse, horseback,
Oh, yeah.
away from each other. So it's pretty consistent how far the next town is from the other as you go down I-15. And then within each town thereafter, it's still also usually based on a grid system from Main Street, 100 South, North, East, West, etc. So it's pretty
Nice.
easy to get around there. I lived there for 30 years.
Oh, nice. Did you like it?
Yeah, I mean, when I first got there, like the first black person was on a billboard, and they were the Jazz. So and then
Carmelo,
yeah, Carmelo, Blue Edwards, that group of people. But over the years, that many years, it did change, and you grow to like it, and it was a safe place to raise my kids, etc.
Yeah.
So when you first got there and you'd go in the store, would people say things like, "You're kind of short for a basketball player"?
Well, no. So I mean, I'm 6'2" and some change. I'm almost 6'3". But so I did go to different places like Wendover, for example, and people would invariably think that I was a basketball player and treat me a little bit different without knowing exactly who I was and not really say anything. We get a room comped. That was early when I first got there, but afterwards, it's kind of normalized where people like, he's nobody. We're on to his tricks. Yeah. So.
So did it take you a while to get used to the cold weather there? Because it's cold.
Yeah. I would say
San Diego.
Well, I started going I snowboarded. The first time my friends took me up, I was just like, just make sure I have good gear on. They taught me how to stop and turn. I fell down the mountain, and then after that, I fell in love. I couldn't wait to get up in the mountains all the time. So if you have good gear, you're good. But then you can go somewhere else and be in the desert. So you got mountains, you got lakes,
yeah, I understand
all that stuff. Hunting, all that stuff.
Do you hunt?
No, I do not. I've been pheasant hunting one time.
I hunt women's. That's about it.
Yeah. We got some did plenty of that.
That was a long time ago.
Back in the day. Now I'm just a good husband.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. It works for some people. Some people it never works for them, but yeah.
Well, some people it works 5-6 times.
Well, yeah, I mean, you try until you find the right one, I guess. Or you just run out of money, and then you just keep the one you got. But I don't know.
Always like the kind of people like that too would be like, "Geez, I've been married 5 times. I just can't find the right woman." And it's like, you think maybe it's not the women.
It might be you, sir. We're gonna have to call that the specific effect.
Yeah.
my grandfather was married multiple times, and he wasn't divorcing these women. He was like, "This one dies right here. This one, I give me another one. That's it. Don't worry about it. And if she dies, guess what's gonna happen? I'll give me another one." I'm like, okay.
Did it work out for him?
Yeah, it worked out for him. I mean, he had kids everywhere, but yeah.
Wow. Did you say your dad or your grandpa?
My grandfather. My father's father, yeah.
Okay, all right.
He was a good dude though. Good dude. Nothing like my father. Two different people.
What generation came from Puerto Rico, or so? Is that how you say it? What generation?
Yeah,
are you?
I would be second generation.
So your parents were in Puerto Rico?
Born and raised. Like my mother came when she was 14, 15 years old. I say
Okay.
14. Yeah.
Okay.
My dad probably about that same age.
Never sure what, like first and second generation is like first generation. Are they the people that came, or are they the people that were born?
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's really not a first, second generation. It doesn't matter where I'm born. If I'm born in Puerto Rico, here I'm already.
Yeah, you're still American. Yeah.
It's not like oh look, he just came from Mexico. No, it's not like that.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't vote for the president if you're on the island. That's all. You got to come over here to vote. You got to be here.
And do you have to establish residency, or just being on the continent?
You don't need a green card. You use regular American money. You just get on a plane and you fly to the United States. That's it. There's no, you got to show regular ID. It's like anything, when you travel normal, but there's no passport or nothing like that. Now my sister has to use a passport, even though she's Dominican, but she is an American citizen.
Mm-hmm.
But since she lives in Dominican Republic, for her to fly out, she's got to have the passport.
I think the point he was making, don't mean to speak for you, but someone can't just fly in from San Juan and go vote. You'd have to.
Oh no, yeah, that's
you'd have to follow the state law.
Yes, yeah, you gotta have residency,
yeah. I was gonna say, otherwise, you said there's 1 million people in Puerto Rico. It'd be like, anybody could kind of rig the election by just having all those people come and then go back home after they voted.
I looked at the numbers. There could be like 9 million Puerto Ricans living in the United States, and then the 3 there. So it's not that. It's 12 million. I don't think that's going to really make
sway anything.
Yeah. We're a small little island. It's not a lot of people.
Are the islands there like I don't know? I've never been to the Philippines, but I hear there's thousands of islands. But are there that many islands?
It's one island, and then they have a small island called Isla de Mono, which is monkey. There's monkeys on there. You can't go on there. It's a protected island. I'm not saying those monkeys are from there, but they have monkeys there.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's Culebra, which means snake. And then Vieques. Vieques was where they had the military base, and that's where they did all the live bombing and shooting and
the testing and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and the people kind of drove them out of there because a lot of people ended up with cancer and other shit from them doing all that. Yeah.
How long ago are we talking? Like 60s or later?
No, recent. When did they stop being there? I think sometime in the 2000s.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go to Jamaica, maybe the Bahamas, whatever. That. Yeah,
Jamaica's big. Puerto Rico's tiny. But you can go to Puerto Rico like you're just going back to LA. You know what I'm saying? You can just jump on a plane and go. Your money's good. All that's good. It's just they speak Spanish when you go there because that is the language of the island. Not like over here where we don't have an official language. Yeah, we speak English, but we don't have an official language.
So you have you have bilingual classes?
Over there they do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they have to pass an English class. But if you don't speak English all the time, you're not going to remember. That's the thing. Yeah. That's like if you took Spanish or French in high school, whatever. If you never used it, you're probably not. You're going to remember 2 or 3 words. You're not really going to remember though.
Yeah. I try to, whenever I get the chance, to try to speak Spanish. Like I worked in the kitchen with Mexicans, but like you said, if you don't use it, you lose it. And I don't get the opportunity to speak Japanese very often anymore, which is the first language I began learning after English.
Hey, Izzy, welcome in.
What's up, Izzy?
How you doing?
I studied Latin in high school, and I just really feel like I was cheated because I went to Latin America and couldn't understand the word people were saying.
No, you maybe 2 or 3 words, but yeah. Yeah, it's not a language. Well, you can speak it in the church. A priest.
Izzy heard somebody talking about translating, and she was just drawn in.
Yeah.
It calls her name.
And I don't even think that you and Izzy, do you know which is the #1 language in the world?
The most spoken,
I'm gonna say,
or
Yeah,
I'm gonna say
yeah.
French.
I would think Chinese.
It's not. Go look it up. You're gonna be surprised. You're speaking it right now.
English, French. I was gonna say French and Spanish.
Are we talking? Okay. The one. Okay.
It's spoken all over the world more than.
Well, I'm wondering that. I was thinking more of people's, what their home language is or whatever. Not. Yeah, I know they do learn English all over the world.
Yeah. What's up, Izzy?
Salaam alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Okay, there she is. How you doing?
Shlonek. Good. How are you?
Good.
Still taunting us with that giant
Can you guys
taco.
hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Clear. Yep.
Oh, okay. I was having internet issues.
That's nothing new.
Wasn't sure. Yeah. That's just, part of living in the woods, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, hey, Cart. What's up, Mitch? How is everybody? GMK. So I heard you guys talk about languages, so I was like, oh, this is something interesting.
You speak like what, 9 different languages, probably?
No, it's like 15. Just kidding. No, not 9. Less than 9.
All right. So English, as of 2023, English is the most spoken language in the world. But you was right, Muxter, or maybe it was Fax. Mandarin Chinese is the most spoken language. 1.3 billion speakers. But as a whole, English is the #1 language in the world.
Wow.
So
more people can speak English than any other language. Is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. So Ariel, you speak Spanish?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. And English? Any other?
That's it. That's it.
Oh. Fax, you speak different languages, I hear?
Well, not fluently any longer, but I learned some Japanese and some Spanish.
Oh, okay.
Conversationally, I guess is what I would put myself at.
And you just greeted me in Arabic.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. No, you don't know a lot.
Well, I feel like other than your name, the language that you're used to speaking, or at least that will garner a person's attention. So if you are able to greet someone in their language, then it's good. It's a start, right? So as many times as I'm able to do so, I try to do that. So
yeah, no, that's awesome.
Like, people will say, and I've never heard Adiel say anything other than my name is whatever, but I'm sure he appreciates when somebody says Adiel versus Ariel, because that's how you would pronounce it.
It's actually Ariel.
Ariel. It's
Ariel.
Right. Ariel. Yeah.
Ariel.
Which
like my name, Craig. Some people will say Craig versus Craig, which my name is Craig, right? So I just think it's so
that's funny. Yeah, I don't know if you saw the one where my brother and I were talking, and Ariel joined us, my brother told him, "Your name means an antenna in Arabic."
No, I didn't see that.
I was like,
English, same thing in English too.
It's just spelled with an A.
Yeah, with an A.
What about Muxer? You speak different languages?
I have had to learn gibberish so that I could translate from when Sarge speaks and tell people what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
No, I just
That makes sense.
I actually did take Latin in high school, so yeah, basically I never learned anything useful.
Ah, okay. I was gonna say, but you do speak grumpy old man a lot.
I you know,
Compact.
like when FAK said Salam Alaikum, I used to know, I forget, I had a count one time. I could say like hello, goodbye, and a couple of common phrases like that in like several languages. But it's like I was telling these guys one other time, it also can get you in trouble because the one time I went to a Chinese restaurant and the waitress brought something and I went shishi and she started speaking to me in Chinese and I'm like, no. Thank you is the only word I know, you know. But
Yeah.
I used to know like a lot of like those common phrases like that. I mean, everybody, I think just about everybody's heard things like Buenos noches and stuff like that with the Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. So,
So go ahead.
what do you
Izzy.
guys, what were you, I mean, so the topic was what, just languages, or what are
We're
you guys
just
talking
we're
about?
just talking languages. So that number one is Chinese Mandarin. It says 885 million. Number two is Spanish, 332 million. Number three is English, 322 million. And then number four is Bengali,
Oh,
100
Bengali.
people.
of course, yeah, India.
Yeah,
Of course, India's got like 40 different languages.
yeah, they do.
Yeah, they
But
do.
Bengali is their number one.
Huh.
I got a call from somebody a while back. I forget what they wanted to sell me or whatever, but you know, it was one of those, hello, my name is Tom. And I let him go for a while and I said, well, what's the weather like in Bengali today? And he hung up on me.
Oh,
I thought that was rude.
yeah.
I'm trying to find where you guys are at, Izzy. Arabic, Moroccan is 51 out of the 100 or so.
Really?
Yeah. You are Arabic, Iraqi, right? Let's see.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's on.
Probably not. I probably don't make the list.
Well, if you
Uh,
lumped all Arabic together, it'd probably be bigger.
Oh yeah, no,
But
there's a
it's
lot
so
of Arabic
different.
here. Yeah.
But they're so different. I mean, I don't understand Moroccans when they speak Arabic
Yeah, it's different, right?
because it's like a lot of French words.
You know,
Oh,
you've said like there's different languages you understand, you can't really speak them. When I was a kid, an early memory, when we moved to Pennsylvania, there was this old Russian lady that lived I won't say across the street, it was a dirt road from us. And I can remember standing in my front yard and my mother would be talking to this lady. And my mother, because of where she grew up, she could understand Russian, but she couldn't speak it. The lady could understand English, but she couldn't speak it. So they would have these conversations where like that lady would be saying, "Yappa-tappa-tappa-tappa-tappa-tappa-tappa-tappa," and my mother would say, "Oh, really? And are they going to stay for the whole weekend?" It was like the weirdest thing in the world. I just
That did not sound like a Russian accent.
well, I can't do any accents.
you do a central Pennsylvanian accent.
Yeah, except sometimes people still think I speak funny because I don't go totally central Pennsylvania with things like I adopted the Yuns, but I don't talk about sticking something in a poke, and I definitely do not say, "Oh yeah, I just seen Izzy the other day." No, you saw her. Don't
What?
make me strangle you.
Who says that?
Oh, a lot of people around here.
I've seen her. I've seen her.
That drives me nuts. I seen.
Hey, the Polish are 24 on the list, on the world list of the 107.
Wow.
Arabic Egyptian is 25.
I was gonna say Egyptian has to be higher.
What about Japanese?
You understand? Japanese? Let me see.
I do understand Egyptian. even though it's also very hard.
Um,
It's funny, you wouldn't think the dialects would be that different because
It's
Japanese is 8.
Yep.
Number 8, Japanese.
It's like a different world.
Then German Standard is number 9. What is German Standard? What does that mean?
No one cares about German.
Aren't there like aren't there some countries that kind of speak German, but it's not quite German?
Well, Dutch.
Like Dutch, yeah, like Dutch is close to it. Or,
yeah, because of course, German.
So it's just a standard.
They say they are called Dutch, so Dutch. But yeah, the Dutch are very close to German, I guess.
The Portuguese are 6, and Russian is 7.
So between let's see, I don't know how to ask this question, but do you guys think that, and let's just start with people who are speaking English, but do you have problems with thick accents?
Understanding them or having problem with the person?
I've always thought in my mind, for example, that, I mean, when Americans go to another country, like Japan, for example, where I've experienced it, you know, they are very resistant to speaking that country's language. And then when people come to America, they're always demanding that they speak the language.
Yeah.
And then when they do that with an accent, they're always like, I can't understand them. Now, I've always felt and understood myself to say, I can understand what they're saying. They're speaking English, albeit with an accent. So I'm just curious, what do you, because I mean, I don't personally have a problem with people who have an accent if they're able to communicate. And I've known that people are welcoming when I'm trying to speak their language, Japanese and Spanish, for example.
Yeah.
They're okay with me trying to speak the language.
Yeah, that's a great point. That's a really good point.
I don't really have a problem with people that have a heavy accent. As long as they speak slow, I understand the most.
Sorry.
Because I live with a woman that makes words up every day, and I have to
wow.
I have to decipher these words all the time, and she thinks that I know what she's saying when sometimes I have no idea.
I can have a problem understanding it. I think it's more of a hearing thing than anything, but I don't have a problem with the
Hola, Dios los bendiga. ¿Cómo están?
Bien, gracias. ¿Y tú?
Muy bien, gracias, señor.
Hello, Mrs. Ariel.
Good.
Hello, how are you?
I am good.
Great.
Bueno.
No bueno.
Okay, thank you.
I love Mrs. Ariel. I really do.
That is funny. Hola, ¿cómo está?
She's gone now.
Dang it. No, I agree. I agree with you. Facts. I think people, you know, we went to the earliest trip that we just took was to Italy, even to Spain. We have you heard of the Duolingo app?
Not necessarily, but
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so you just pick the language that you want to learn as fast as you want. And so I had my children, I'm like, let's go, let's learn, the basics, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't go and expected them everybody, to speak English, right? Yeah. We went with, hey, we got to learn their language. So I understand what you're saying, and I do really feel bad for people. I mean, I have an accent, but mine not as thick, I guess.
It's not thick. Yeah, we understand.
Apparently, there's one country who's very similar to America on that, and that is France. I guess they hate for someone to speak French badly.
Yeah.
When I was so I took an anatomy and physiology class, and I'm pretty sure it was physiology. The teacher was from India, and he had a very, very thick accent. And people in the very beginning were all complaining about his accent. My friend and I, his name is Joffrey. He was Filipino. He and I would study together. He was in the ER. I worked in the lab. We'd get together. We'd study. And we were like, what are they talking about? Like, we can totally understand what he's talking about. They were just being lazy. And him being, speaking Tagalog, and he had a slight accent, and me being understanding of, I guess, whatever it was. I was like, you guys you need to listen harder. That's all you have to do. You pay attention. He's speaking English perfectly, and he's telling us, he's really telling us how physiology works in the body. So I don't know what you guys are tripping about.
Yeah, my wife cannot understand them, or claims that she don't understand them. I'm like, yeah, really? It's funny when there's a foreigner that calls talking to her, and it's like you listen to these two people, like neither one of them can understand. She's like, wait a minute, let me go get my friend. 1 minute. Hilarious.
Yeah.
It is funny though. I mean, I always joke about it and stuff, but Americans are kind of intolerant, and considering that we're supposed to, was that us that was talking the other day, FAK, about the whole melting pot thing and stuff?
Yeah,
that's supposed to be the whole thing about America, is it's all these different races and nationalities came together, but somehow then we get here and it's like, we don't want to know anything about other countries. We don't want to learn their language. It's kind of a weird thing.
Yeah, well, you will hear somebody like on the streets at a store, instead of saying "ikura desu ka," which is how much is this, right? You'll be hearing an American saying, "How much is this?" Speaking really loud, like that's gonna make them
my
understand it
gosh.
all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Loud and slow, right?
I'm not deaf and I'm not stupid, so yeah.
Or you speaky Englishy.
Yeah.
That is
Dumbass. Yeah.
I think I might have asked you this before, Ariel.
Yes.
Do you dream in Spanish or English?
Probably. I have in Spanish, but English is my first language, so it's mostly English.
So you had dreams in Spanish?
Yeah.
Okay.
Weirdly, I dream in Japanese, so I never know what the hell's going on in my dreams.
That sounds about right. Yeah, it's funny. For me, I stopped, I don't really dream in Arabic at all anymore after I moved here. And it was not till like my mother's passing and then my father's, I started having a series of just dreams in Arabic, which was really weird, I thought.
I can see.
And
yeah.
You don't speak. You're not 24 hours a day too. So I think that's the thing.
Well, I think that'd be kind of like your brain was sort of, thinking back to your childhood and stuff like that because of the situation. So
yeah, maybe, but it was just crazy for just a long period. I asked my siblings about it, and they have that kind of like back and forth. It's funny, even like the Arabic characters, that the bad guys or whatever, when I do dream in English, they all speak English, which is so crazy because I know they don't.
Yeah, and I think in English, but if I'm with like say I go to I go to North Carolina and I'm hanging out with all my Dominican friends and people like that, my mind is in Spanish mode, not in English mode at all. I'm not even thinking English.
Yeah.
Well, so like whenever I am trying to say a Spanish phrase or Japanese phrase, for example, and this happened when I was young, I don't translate from English to this language that I'm trying to speak and back. Like I think about the words that I am either familiar with in Spanish. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but I don't try to translate first from English into Spanish and then say it.
Right.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
We kind of talk backwards in Spanish. If you were to word it in English the way we word it, it's almost backwards talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, so like I'm gonna say cuando quiero hablar en español, and then I would try to think of how to say. I would try to say pensar or something in Espanol. Like, you know, that I just keep trying to say it in Spanish. I don't think it in English first. Whatever I was trying to say. Do you know what I was trying to say?
That's actually a good way to learn.
Yeah. When you want to speak in Spanish or
Yeah.
or think in Spanish. So,
yeah. That's what I was trying to say, and I'm not certain whether or not I have it correct, but I may think I have it right, you know, and then you would correct me, right? So that's how I just keep
yeah, and I wouldn't do it like other people. No, facts. It's not like that. It's like this. No, I'd be like, oh, you said whatever, and then I would say no, it's with an A, not with an O, because it's female or what, you know.
Exactly.
I would just do it so that you know, not making fun of you, because a lot of like even like my wife, like when she first came, she said she didn't like speaking English because people would laugh at her, and then you know, she didn't want people laughing at her trying to talk English, so she's
that's so disgusting to me.
Yeah, you don't, you know, if they say it wrong, you say, okay, I know what you're saying, but say it this way because this is the right way. That's it. It's not offensive. Don't laugh at people, you know, because then
well, the thing that always gets me about that, you're going to make fun of somebody because they have a Spanish accent or Chinese or Japanese or whatever. Meanwhile, yo, moron, they're speaking their second language.
Right.
Well,
you hardly know your first. You know what I mean?
You're a moron because you're arguing with somebody who is bilingual, you know?
Yeah,
or
that's what I mean.
Knows more than you.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're speaking their second language. You hardly even know your first language, and you're making fun of them. Yeah.
You know, my mother, when she came, she only went to school till she was the 6th grade, right? 6th grade education. My mother can read and write in Spanish and in English. All right. Yes, she'll tell you she can't, and she tell you she can't speak English. Yes, she'll have a whole. Listen, she lived in New York City for 17 years before she even moved to Connecticut. She's been here her whole life. She knows English in and out. But you know, she likes to be. I don't know too much English. Yeah, okay, mother. You don't even have an accent. What are you talking about, man? Because she really doesn't. It's a very slight accent that my mother has.
You know, when I do math to this day, it's so bizarre. Like I'm doing the work twice or double the work. I still have to do it in Arabic. It makes more sense to me in Arabic, and then I'll translate it.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah, I mean, whatever works, though.
I once had a very stupid argument with a guy about Arabic and Roman numerals.
Mm-hmm.
I was helping a friend. This is way back when home computers were just getting going, and I was helping a friend set up her computer on the internet. And that's back when, you know, you used to have to do the thing where to go online you had that thing, you know, with the modems and that. But anyway, and you'd have to put your password in all the time. But she was having trouble logging in. I called the guy at the internet company, and I was saying, okay, well, her username should be, it was like Grammy25. He said, yep, that's what we have for the username. I said, her password is, and whatever it was, you know, like, I'll just say Grammy25. And I said, that's the numbers 25. He says, yeah, like the Roman numerals. And I went, no, actually, Roman numerals would be IIIV. I said, they're actually Arabic numerals. And I said, the numbers that we use all the time. And he's like, yeah, the Roman numerals. And like I said, it was a very stupid argument. It went on forever until it was finally like, you know what? We'll call back tomorrow when Chris is there. You know, it was like we were going back and forth. But that kind of stuff just frustrates me when people are correcting you about something like that, and you know that they're wrong, and they're talking to you like you're the idiot. Anyway, that was a boring story, and I'll move on.
That's so funny. It's like, anyway, that was a boring story.
Yeah, it's just different everywhere you go. A little different. I don't mind people speaking their language or whatever. I like listening to other people talk and see if I can pick up a word or two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a
No,
funny
but
story. Okay, go ahead.
go ahead.
Well, just quickly. So I had dated this girl who was from Brazil, spoke Portuguese, and
Yeah.
at the time I was really interested in trying to learn that language as well because I was kind of learning Spanish as well. And after a little bit of hanging out with her and her friends, whenever I would speak, her friends would laugh at me. And finally, I was like, "Are you teaching me to say words like a female would say them, or like a male would say it?" And she was like, "Oh my gosh." For some reason, it didn't dawn on her that she needed to teach me how a man would say things because I was saying things like a female.
Oh no, that is funny. Well, from her perspective, that's
We didn't stay
funny.
together.
Yeah.
Hopefully not over that.
No, it wasn't over that. We just drifted apart.
By the way, I've known people from Portugal, and they absolutely hate when people learn Brazilian and say they learn Portuguese.
Well, it's the real Portuguese. The Brazilians speak the real Portuguese.
Well,
That's
that's
what the
kind of
Brazilians say. I don't know, man.
Yeah. I mean, I would think people from Portugal are speaking the real Portuguese.
Well, yeah.
Brazilian is a dialect, but there's more of them. And so if you take a Portuguese language course in America, they're going to teach you Brazilian. And then you go to Portugal and people are going to go, we don't want to hear that crap.
Yeah, it's like in Haiti, they speak French, but it's not real. It's not Creole. It's not.
Yes.
It's not the same French.
Same in Canada. Yes.
Yeah.
Montreal.
Even Louisiana, right? The Creoles there speak a little different.
Yeah, I think that's a really bastardized version there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with like the Moroccan, dialect or Arabic. That's what I mean. It has a lot of French words in it. That's why I don't it's hard for me to understand sometimes.
Yeah, that's interesting because my friend, my friend and Mux's friend he's Iraqi, but he came from Morocco and but he lives in Quebec and he knows real good French. So I'm seeing what you mean there. How
well,
guy
you
speaks
lived in Morocco.
Yeah, he speaks his language. He speaks English and he speaks freaking French. His English is not that good. His English is okay. I mean, he's understandable.
Yeah.
I worked for a call center that had French clients, Canadian clients, and they needed to speak French. We had a brother and sister group that were white. They were French. And then there was like 7 Africans. I did not, at the time, I had no idea that there was as many French speaking African nations as there were. And they're like, yeah, like one of the guys gave me a book and told me about all the resources and how many people would come and colonize the Africans, French, Spanish, English, all that stuff. And I was like, wow, that's fascinating. But they had the same place able to speak French as the 2 French speakers. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
black as night.
That guy that Ariel was talking about, that you probably don't even remember, Izzy. I mentioned him to you a long time ago. I would have liked to have got you and him together on a panel, but he's kind of off the grid now. But anyway, because he hates American soldiers, and I would have loved to see the 2 of you kind of debate that whole thing.
That's really interesting. Yet he's here, right?
Yeah, he's in Canada, but yeah.
He was born there, but he left as a child. But he's
is that the one kid that doesn't have consistent stories or something?
Yeah, because he would talk when he would talk about the Americans destroying his village and stuff. He made it sound like he watched it happen, but then it seemed like he left the country long before it happened.
Yeah. Like he was mad. He was mad at Untrackable. Untrackable was like, dude, I was a freaking chef. I don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right. I know. And nobody should be mad at Track. He's like the kindest person. And here's the other thing too. I remember you guys saying like he's in his 40s, and if you go back, that's impossible. There was no war, by the time when he was 3.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was. It was strange.
Weird. There's something strange about this. I don't.
Yeah, it's not clicking. Not.
No, like when I did the math with the age and the times and whatever you guys gave me, I'm like, there's no way there was a war when he left. Unless he's talking about Saddam,
Well, it could have been that. What's the other war that's called? The
Desert War. The what?
What was the war? The Iraq and the
Desert. There was Desert Shield and then Desert Storm. Shield was the one where we didn't leave
that's
Kuwait.
In the 90s. And
we went in for what was it, a week or two or a month, and then
but we never actually went into Iraq though.
Right.
And if he's talking about that, then he would be in his what?
50s.
If he was 3 back then, he would be in his 50s. Yeah. Like it just something is off. Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, something is off for sure.
Well, he's also he likes his alcohol, so that could have something to do with it.
One of his downfalls, unfortunately, And
I'm not saying their people don't remember, when they were 3 years old. My sister remembers things from when she was 3.
Yeah, I think I looked that up one time, and it's like 4 years.
Very rare.
You can remember, but it's not everyone doesn't have those type of.
Yeah, I have like a few memories from them, but I have over the years I've like confirmed them with like my older brother and stuff. It's like, did this actually happen? Because a lot of times I think when you're little like that, you can end up getting a memory either from people talking or even from like a dream or something,
Yep.
Smell.
Get them from people talking, just stories.
Can I tell you my smell story? You bring it up, FMAK? Doesn't matter.
No.
This will be another boring story, but I'm going to tell it anyway.
It's going to take 2 years.
When I was going to school out in Pittsburgh, one of my ways to relax was I would just get in my car and I would just go wherever the car decided to go. And the one time, and you have to understand now, where my college was, it was near the Pittsburgh airport. So, we had the noise and the smell of the planes all the time. You get to where you don't notice it. But anyway, so I was out there one day following my car up this, very narrow road. It's amazing. Pittsburgh's one of those places that you don't have to go very far out of the city and all of a sudden you're in the country. But anyway, and I'm going up this road. It was a nice day. I had my windows down and I was smelling something and I couldn't quite place the smell, but I thought, oh, that smells good. What is that? What is that? And I'm continuing up this road and I finally got up to the end of the road and I saw what I was smelling was a pile of cow manure. And basically what it was reminded me of when I was a little kid. So it was the smell just triggered, and that's what was actually smelling good to me. It was more about being a kid, and anyway.
Well, not for nothing, but when I think cow manure, I think Pennsylvania. That's the first thing I think, because they spread that shit out there.
The first thing you think is Muxter.
There you go. Let's play word association. Muxter, cow shit.
Yep.
Uh-huh. But I didn't even know they had cars back then.
Oh no,
it was steam powered. It was steam powered.
No, they were foot powered, like Fred Flintstone.
Ah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
That was good, Fax.
You saw that.
Yeah.
I don't think Muxter did. He wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, I did. I'm just not ready to make you the first guy on our new channel ban list, so I'll let it go.
Well, he'll be the first black person.
I was going to say, because everybody's saying you're racist. I I got to wait for Bruno to come so I can break him in with it, and then we
So
can.
facts, it's gonna be either you or me, and we're both people of color. So
Right.
he's gonna be racist either way.
Well, we
Yeah, but
got
it'll be if I
we
do
got
you,
Adia,
it'll be less racist because you're lighter skinned.
Oh,
we got
what?
Adia
But I'm a
at
woman.
one like 0.5. What did I say the other day?
Yeah,
He has 1.5.
1.5.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't even count, Eddie. You don't even count.
Hey, don't
So-
make my fluorescent skin.
Ariel,
listen,
Ariel
so you-
counts, but when Ariel counts, it's uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco.
There you go.
So you kick facts. Yeah, he's a black man, and then if you kick me, I'm a brown woman. I'm like extra protected, or should be.
Yeah,
Should
that's
be.
why you stole my job. They stole my job
Yeah, that's what we
with
do
their
as
damn
immigrants.
quotas. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm putting Finkel's stuff in another tab. What is it? Which one is it on now? I'm still kind of confused as the channels.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, you know what,
I
guys?
could show you real quick because he chatted earlier,
We
and I'll
may,
just.
we may, sorry guys, we may want to cut this because Finkel started his live.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah,
you can always
Wait,
catch up with
what?
it.
So there's multiple channels now? I thought this is his channel.
This is the common channel. This is the one where we do this stuff on.
The
and then
commie
people
channel?
common.
Common.
Then
Oh, I thought you said the
people
common
have their own channels. Finkel's going to be doing his thing on his channel, which right now has a really bad name, but as soon as he can, he's going to change it back to something.
What's his
And we're
name?
all just supporting.
Well, I'm grabbing the link right now to put it in chat.
It should be old Sarge Finkel. He should put it
No,
right back.
actually, this was the original name of it. At David Finkel 1A. Why didn't it come? Oh, because my
I'm
thing
going
scrolled
over
up.
there. He's got a $500 sweepstake.
Mm.
Well, I thought we were having a good conversation, but if you guys want to
we
shut
are.
down and go there.
I
sorry.
actually I wasn't trying to do that. I was just thinking that I thought I had heard you all say that we would move from here there, and then I just saw 5 minutes, so that's what I was like, oh shoot. So
Well,
I
I'm gonna
apologize.
move before I get
I just
kicked out.
remembered that his live was starting. I didn't want to.
I don't know what everybody
that
just
we were
said.
doing this. It's not like he didn't know we were doing this. Here.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
God knows
make
God knows
Maxwell-
I don't want to. Go ahead. I was just saying.
No,
God
I'm
knows
trying to
I
make
don't want to
it-
upset him.
No, nobody. And I'm trying to make it easier for Muxter so he doesn't have to kick us out, people of color, so we just leave.
Well, there's always this.
Do it.